YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2004. And I can't say a whole lot's happened in the last couple of episodes. I mean, we lost Tiger's Eye. Last two episodes were not great. Like, they were inconsistent. We would have good races and then some really bad ones. So I'm hoping to not do that here today. We have two races coming up with Onyx Prince and King B. Now, Onyx, I think I can't retire him yet. You see, the reason why we've been doing so well with Onyx Prince as of late is because he is hitting his peak. Now, he's from Great Bolero and Night Breeze. He is the last of Great Bolero's crop. And we didn't breed Great Bolero. We didn't, use him for breeding a whole lot. So, Onyx Prince, I don't think I'll use him for breeding, but he has good abilities. I mean, as far as all of our horses are concerned, I think he has the most abilities, at least the most positive latent ones. He has Spurt, Last Corner Leader, and Toughness. He has all of those abilities. And his stats, I mean, his speed could be 80 maybe by the time everything is all said and done. But if not, I mean, his stats aren't bad. So he could be decent enough to use for breeding. Like I said, just for his abilities alone. I do really want those abilities on my horses. It makes winning that much easier, and it makes racing that much easier. And so I don't know. Onyx Prince is kind of curious. King B again. Don't really know when he's going to hit his peak. No, he's going to at least have to be an A-ranked horse minimum. We have 3 wins with him so far, but we would like to build on that. As always, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content. Tanaka wants to race. I probably will, just out of the... Ooh. Late bloom... This could be a good race. I don't really want to pressure myself. You know what? Tanaka, you're my man. But not today. I know it seems like I say that a lot. It's just because, like, I'm just not there yet. I just don't want to risk losing a horse because I want to do the jockey challenge. You know what I mean? It just that's to me, that's just stupid. I don't want to play the game like that. So I will do those challenges every blue moon when I don't really care about the result as much, or if I'm feeling extremely confident. But it's got to be one of the two. I either have to care enough or not care enough. But if I'm anywhere in between, then it's like it's not gonna happen. So second favorite here today for King B in this 8 furlong race on the turf. I have a chance to win. Favorite is Radiant Amber. Our odds are extremely close, which means we might as well be dual favorites. Or co-favorites, whatever. So let's try to redeem ourselves here with King B. Because he has really been great for us. He has. And I want to continue to do that and still develop with him. I mean, we have hit Last Corner Leader, I swear, in like almost all of his races except for one. As of recently, and the game is still showing that as a triple question mark. It's just outrageous, man. Like, we have literally tapped into that quote-unquote mysterious and hidden ability several times, and the game still, for whatever reason, just hasn't registered it. Like, it's just broken. Just absolutely broken mechanics, man. Alright, let's focus here. Let's focus up. Let's try to redeem ourselves. And yeah, for whatever reason, I wasn't managing stamina very good in the last 2 episodes, and I don't really know why. It was kind of out. Yeah, it was weird. It was out of character for me to be doing that at this stage in my playthrough in this series here. Like, I've been long past the days of kind of not getting the stamina thing right, so that's why I'm quite curious. Looking good shape here with King B. Like I said, he always rides pretty well. I mean, it's not a whole lot I have to really do with him. Just great to know that he's also an original, so, it's always nice, man. That's why I'm more passionate about losing horses when I lose them. When I lose my originals, of course I'm going to be more passionate about that. It's a horse you put your time and energy into, and you were a part of the whole process of when it was born and everything. Yeah, you don't want to typically lose those horses. King B looking strong here, and it looks like he's going to get that easy win for us, and that's exactly what we need. This is what I mean. Like, I know how to win and do what I need to do in this game. It just, I guess if I'm not having the greatest day, then you're going to see it. King B continues to do well, as he should. As he should, man. Very good win. Another good win for the king. And I'm not putting him in grade 1s yet because I still would like a couple more of his abilities to be unlocked. And to really see exactly where he is. And to know for sure that he's ready for that. As good as he's been doing, I still don't think he's ready for grade 1s consistently. And again, why would I want to risk putting him in a grade 1 when he's not ready and then I could lose him? Like, the game could literally take him away from one bad grade 1 raise. So I'm not going to do that. So I'll be patient. We'll be patient with him. That's the thing. Patience is so key. And I've noticed when I'm impatient or doing something that isn't like me, then that's usually when I end up having bad things happen. So I need to kind of stay true to myself. So a G2 here for Onyx Prince. He's not the favorite for once. He was the favorite previously in the last 3 races. Maybe even more than that, but they were all grade 3s. We move him up in class here today. And we are right next to the favorite. Post position 6, Fusion Power. So, this could go well or not well. We are carrying a handicap. I didn't recall seeing that. We were going to be a couple pounds over most of the field. Still, though, we have to finish 6th or higher, so our goal is just over odds. Of course, I would ideally like to finish very close near the front. A win would be fantastic. But gotta be realistic. I'm aware of my level. I'm aware of my skill set. It'd be ignorant to assume I'm going to win every race just because I want to. Western Tiger does have a record here. About time. Remember the last episode I talked about Sedate Ruler having the most records, and I still think he does. And I was saying we don't really see records from our other horses, our other studs that we've had. And there's one at this course here for Western Tiger, so that's good to know. Alright, so really hoping we can run pretty well here. Now I'm struggling to keep Onyx near the front. He's not really responding. I just didn't want to send him with too much energy. But this should be okay. Yep. They'll move up and that's fine. Ideally, I just didn't want him to go past those horses to the right of me. I wanted him to stay right about here.
They are midway down the backstretch.
Yeah, this is perfect because, again, I've been mismanaging my stamina in the previous episode, so I'm really going to try to be more conscious about not doing that here today. Hopefully you all are having a good day, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so we're looking good so far. Looking good so far. No, we got to get going. Got to get going.
So
now we can really roll. No revolution, but it's fine. Let's see what Onyx Prince can do when he's behind a little bit. Okay, he's showing some speed here. He's got plenty of stamina left in the tank. Onyx Prince is really pushing. Really pushing here. It's going to be close. Wow. I don't know if we got there in time. What a race. Way closer than I thought it was going to be. I don't think we got there. We definitely didn't. But man, what an effort. Did we get second at least? We did. Let's go. That is a great result from Onyx. Great result, because I didn't know we were going to be able to get up there, but I thought we ran the majority of that race pretty well. That's a really solid finish there for Onyx Prince. Really solid finish, so good result. Good result. So yeah, I was a little bit worried in regards to how that was going to turn out. But we just got there. So like I said, I'm being more conscious of managing my stamina for sure. And then King B got a G3 win, E1, easy one I should say. But yeah, that's how I'm supposed to play the game. That's what I was trying to do in the previous episodes. It just wasn't working. Maybe I was overthinking it, which can happen. I have a terrible tendency of overthinking things that aren't even hard, but just because I'm so, particular about how I do things, I tend to just overthink it and just, not succeed on the basis that I'm just literally overthinking it. It's like I comprehend it completely. It's just, as far as doing it, sometimes it just doesn't translate as smoothly as I would want it to. It's a work in progress. That's all I have to say. So we can't race Onyx all the way till May. It's little bit longer than I would want, but ideally, I mean, he's in rhythm right now as far as how he's doing. I don't want to mess that up, so if that's when we're racing him, that's when we're racing him. 6 years old, this technically is his best year. Wait, is that race too long? Where I put him in? No, 11. Oh, it's 10. Okay. Just want to make sure. So Pink Gemstone is up again today? Or do they want me to put her in a race here today? Okay, well, we'll do that. I thought she already had one. King B, they want him in the G2 Spring Stakes. It's fine. And like I said, Crafty Gift, we'll just have to wait to retire till once we use Pale Fear for breeding. Yeah, Violet, she's going to be solid when she's at her peak. Yeah. We'll have 2 solid years with her for sure. And I think, like I said, they're going to be 2 really great years. So again, this is kind of going to be another just grinded year. Unfortunately, because we're finally moving pieces around. So we're kind of going through a transitioning phase of getting some of the older studs out of there, putting the new ones in, finally having more of our own foals that, you know, are 2 years old and ready to race. We're finally getting them into the mix. So there's kind of a lot happening. So once this transition happens, I'm going to be in a better position to start running in more grade 1s and doing more of the various grade 1 races, you know, I would say in Europe in this game. So we're getting back to that point. It's just kind of been a little bit of a detour to that point. So Pink Gemstone, she's a 5th favorite here today. In a field of 12, going 8 furlongs on the turf for the Tulip Stakes. Pretty competitive field. I mean, realistically, any horse that's expected to finish 6th or higher, we all have an equal chance of winning. So I think it's going to be a pretty tough race for her. Just against the gals, though, she has to get top 3. So that's a little bit of a challenge. Usually you only get top 3 if you're actually expected to finish 3rd. We're expected to finish 5th, and they're telling us, nah, you got to push top 3. I mean, we can do it. It's just like, why put the pressure on me now with this horse in this type of race? It's like, are they trying to take her away from me again? I swear to you, this game has some weird vendetta against not wanting me to keep fillies long enough to use them for breeding and just to create awesome lines and just pay tribute, most importantly, to the parents, the fathers, the studs, or the broodmares, the mothers, just to pay tribute to what they've helped us achieve in this series. And I swear the game just doesn't want me to do that with the girls. It's kind of ridiculous, man. Like I said, this is a goal I think I can achieve, but it's just like, why are they giving me a top 3 when I'm supposed to finish 5th? Like, they don't do that on any other horse in any other circumstance. You know what I mean? I don't get that with the boys for some reason. What is it? Leave the girls alone. Leave me alone. Let the ladies race. In this case, let them race. About these stupid, ridiculous goals, but we'll work with it.
Show your guts.
All right, dig in. Let's go, Pink. Let's go. Let's see what she can do. I can't even speak because I think we're on the verge of winning this race. No, we're still battling up here with the 12. The 12 is still ahead. Just got ahead. All right. Well, I mean, like I said, it wasn't like I couldn't hit the top 3. I just like that was still just kind of, it's like it's an unnecessary jab at me. Like, oh yeah, let's test you even further. You don't get this right, maybe we'll take, you know, the filly away from you. I swear, it's just like, I'm being funny, of course. I know none of this actually matters, but I swear, in an alternate universe in a story, the game totally hears what I'm saying and is totally trying to do the opposite. In an alternate universe, for sure. Pink Gemstone, she continues to be consistent. Turner always wanting to give me free horses. I'm not complaining. I just wish he wouldn't bother me any other time because he's just annoying at the other times of day. Did one of my horses... Okay, King B went from D to A. I'm like, something... Okay, both of my horses changed. And why did it happen randomly in the middle of March? I think both of these horses were Ds prior to these last couple of races. And now, as of this video, they both moved up. King B essentially moved from D to A, which means finally more stats should be unlocked. They still... Last corner leader, they're still acting like we don't know what it is. Okay, whatever, I'm over it. Solid stats so far as the most important ones. Of course, his temper being 21 is not good. That's why anytime we're running a little bit slow, he does get upset, but that's fine. I'm not going to lean into that too much. Speed is 84, braking is 74, staying is 79. And like I said, last corner leader, he's easy to run with. So yeah, King B, solid enough, A ranked. Pink Gemstone, she's already at a B. 74 speed, 71 staying. So finally we have most of her most important stats unlocked. We still don't know her distance. I'm just kind of letting the game decide what races will work, and then we'll just run her in those, because I don't know what she likes as far as distance. Still don't know what her auto abilities are. I'm not too concerned, but considering she came from Arctic Crop and Night Breeze, which would have been a weaker breeding pair compared to what we usually do, she's been really consistent. And you guys know I'm a big fan on consistency. I mean, what good is a talented horse if you can't be consistent with that talented horse? It just doesn't work for me. So, yeah, she's okay as far as her stats are concerned on paper. She doesn't have anything that's super impressive as far as like wow, but for what she's doing, it's pretty solid. And again, it would still just be nice to retire her as a broodmare since she's an original, because we just haven't had that opportunity to do that with any of our Gallop Racer original fillies. We've never had the chance to retire them as a broodmare. They want her in the Cherry Cup. I mean, she's proven she's clearly capable of running with, you know, tough competition. It's just a matter of winning, and I would like to really get her some big wins. That's why I'm trying to keep her kind of in the G3, G2 range, but she's definitely proven she can run in the grade 1 fields, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of her winning or not, and she's probably not going to be in a position to win those races usually, but she's good enough to run with those horses, and I think that says a lot considering she's only ranked B. So you know, I'm okay with that for the time being. I'm not going to be picky. There's a lot I could be picky about. I would rather not. I have to be realistic as well. I mean, like I said, if she came from a more dominant breeding pair, then yes, I would have much higher expectations, and I would be doing those things, you know, based off those expectations. But because of her parents and her breeding pair, which is no disrespect to Arctic Crop or Night Breeze. Arctic Crop is a great horse, but, you know, we only used him for breeding for a short period of time. He still wasn't at the level of Desert Diver or Western Tiger, you know what I mean? So, I'm saying all that to say that Pink Gemstone, I didn't have high expectations. I don't have high expectations. That's where the 2Ds were going to come from that I was trying to say. I didn't, and I don't. So that's why, you know, I'm just kind of keeping her in her lane, and wherever kind of the game says, you know, hey, race her at this 8 furlong G2, or hey, put her in the Cherry Cup at 8 furlongs on the turf. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Because I think we've proven we have consistency with her, so I'm not really worried about her not doing well. I feel like I'm in a really good groove with her. So, that's Pink Gemstone. We'll get back to her shortly. We're up here with King B, another race, grade 2, 9 furlongs in the Spring Stakes. We're the favorite, as we should be. So we officially know now he's ranked A. I would like to think he's better than an A. I'm not sure if that's going to continue to get better as he evolves or what. I'm sure it is, especially if we continue to win. I definitely know that winning can help your horse's rank move, depending on the races you're winning. So I still think by the end of his racing career, if we're fortunate to keep him that long and I don't muck it up or the game just doesn't rob me and take him away, he should be an S-ranked horse when all is said and done. I don't think he should settle at A. I think he's better than that. Now, is he there yet? No. But I think once he gets there. Another record set by Western Tiger. Well, like I said, from the last episode, I'm like, Hey Ruler has all the records on all the tracks. The other horses don't. And now all the other records from our other studs are popping up. But that's what it's so funny. It's literally like the game is just listening to me. I swear, half the time I say something, then it's happening in the next episode or in the same episode. You know, I talked about I didn't want the AI to block me, I think, in the previous episode. What happens? They literally blocked me, like, literally the race after I talked about it. I talk about, you know, records only being really set by Today Ruler through this playthrough. Oh, Western Tiger record pops up. Oh, Desert Diver record pops up. It's just how things happen for me, man. Now, I don't really like the positioning we're in. Obviously, he was supposed to be much further up ahead. Like to the front here. I gotta slow him down a lot, because that's the thing. His temper is not good. It's 21, so he will definitely run a lot faster than what he needs to. So So he is a little bit tricky in that
Okay,
regard.
this is where the race is
We're max stamina now. I know hitting that means we've at least done good in that department so far. So we're able to slow him down enough. We'll be patient. Keep him off the rough. I think this track does have a rough. I'm not taking the chance.
2 furlongs to go.
Go. Not going to go on the whip yet. Not yet. Alright, let's push through now. This is going to be tough. I may have messed it up a little bit. I may have went too late because we still can't catch the 13. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. That's on me. It's on me. I know. Started too late. Didn't really feel good. I mean, I had him way towards the back in the beginning, so that... Yep. Ah. I don't want to go back to the D rank spurts. I'm not doing that in this episode. That's a one and done. I'm giving myself a one and done. One and done. Just wasn't really paying attention. I think I actually need to pay more attention. I'm noticing when I don't pay attention, that's usually when I get those results. When I'm kind of just playing the game without really thinking, I think I get those results. Now, we have a chance to redeem him in the Azalea Cup. It's a big race. It's a really big race, actually. But the game says he can run it, which I believe he can. I'm just going to have to really focus up. Now, I'm curious, out of all my horses, who has the highest winning? Onyx Prince. No way. Onyx Prince is actually, as far as all these horses that we have been racing, he is the highest earning one we currently have. No G1s for anybody except for Crafty Gift, though. That is quite disappointing. So, it's just a weird time period, man. It's just a weird time period through the playthrough. Because, I mean, we're in year 24, people. Keep that in mind. We've been playing for a while now. It's kind of like what happens in sports when teams have kind of those moments or years where they're not really that good, even if they've been relatively dominant for a while. I feel like we're kind of going through that in the moment. It's just like that transitioning period. Once this is over, it's, you know, I think things are going to be much better. Now, the fun part of what most of us love about this game now, the breeding. Aunt B and Suave Buster are only brood mares. I think Pale Fear and Suave I might want to do. Or excuse me, Aunt B. Suave, I just think, nah. I actually want to try a really solid pairing. Aunt B with Pale Fear. Just because he was so consistent. I'm very curious what type of horse we could get. So yes, we'll use those two. And that'll be the only time we probably breed Pale Fear. I can't imagine breeding him again. And I still do want to put Crafty Gift in his place. Suave Buster. We could do two, technically speaking, just to have something different for once. We could end up just doing 2 foals with Pale Fear, just to see what happens. Or, actually, no, It's a Ghost. I forgot It's a Ghost is here. I'm crazy. It's a Ghost of Suave Buster. Let's just see what we can get. Because, again, I like experimentation. I like seeing the different horses. Some of my most favorite horses I've been able to play with so far on this series have been the horses that have come from kind of just these like random, which most people would probably deem random breedings. I don't know why. It just, sometimes it works. So I'm just like, I don't really want to breed. I mean, I feel like I've done Suave Buster with Desert Diver and Western Tiger several times now. Just, okay, we got it. I can always go back to that if I want. But I would much rather do something different and see what comes of it. Especially since we just retired It's a Ghost. It makes sense. Let's go ahead and start early and just see what happens. The parents seem quite compatible. Now, I know sometimes that does actually mean you could really get a good foal just because of the parents and whatever. As far as, you know, how the game determines that, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's previous race history and then their eval and their classifications and their different ratings. I'm not sure how it determines what's compatible and what's not, but yeah, I already did this, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't usually get that in this game, that the parents are actually compatible. So we have Pale Fear and Aunt B. That's gonna be a one and done, and then Pale Fear he'll be gone before that, and then Suave Buster and It's a Ghost, just because it's different. And I think Suave is giving us some pretty solid horses. Not that they're great, but she's giving us some solid, consistent horses, and that's what I want. If we can get solid horses that are going to be consistent when we race them, we can always make them better over time. No, are they saying not conceived as in it failed, or they just haven't conceived yet? I hope they didn't. I hope they both didn't fail. Because Suave and Aunt B are not that old yet. They're not that old. I always forget sometimes if it says conceived immediately or if it says not conceived. I always forget. Okay, so you can try. Okay, so they didn't actually conceive the first time. Or did it? So confusing. So if I'm going through all this, sometimes it works and then sometimes it doesn't. Well, we'll fast forward. We'll just go 1 week at a time here. That does it for today's episode. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.